Betting on sports can be hard, but hiring Morgan & Morgan is easy. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 1,000 lawyers. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/bestbets or dial #law, #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/bestbets. This is a paid advertisement.
Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome aboard. We are live 2 days before Christmas here on VSiN. We're live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Busy hour coming up. Nick Bogdanovich on the program in 15 minutes. We'll get his thoughts on the point spreads and totals in the quarterfinals of college football. Maybe he has a best bet at this point. Bottom of the hour, we're going to start to go over Christmas Day games, Thursday nighter, the entire Week 17 slate at that point. Pauly, here we have playoff scenarios and some other future odds. I will run this down in the AFC. Right now, two teams are plus 550 to still get in. The Bengals and the Colts. The Dolphins are 9-1, which doesn't make any sense to me because they're ahead of the Bengals.
Yeah, and I saw 11-1 too. Yeah, right.
The Broncos are minus 350 to get in. The no is plus 265. Win and they're in. However, they're dogs this week against Cincy, and then they play the Chiefs in Week 18. Now, will the Chiefs need that game? Maybe not.
Who do you like Wednesday? Pickens is going to play.
I kind of like the Chiefs to win that game, but I don't think it's going to be easy.
I have to take the Chiefs.
I need to know about the offensive line again.
Right.
Because they're going to be, back-to-back weeks here against a really good front. And I thought at times on Saturday the Texans did a pretty good job of getting to Mahomes, but that guy's just Superman at times. So here's a scenario for the Colts. Beat the Giants this week and the Jags. Think about that. They are going to be so mad after blowing that Denver game. Oh, it was right there for them. Mm-hmm. The Broncos or Chargers have to lose both of their games. Miami.
Well, the Chargers have two cupcakes.
Oh, I know they do. Right. I know. Miami needs to beat the Browns and the Pats. The Colts will then need to lose one of their games. Again, Giants and Jags. Broncos, Chargers need to lose out. That sounds very difficult. The Bengals to get in need to beat Denver and Pittsburgh. The Broncos need to lose in Week 18 to the Chiefs. Dolphins and Colts need to lose or tie one of their final games. The Athletic is giving them a 5% chance to get in.
Yeah, the plus 550 is outrageous.
Oh, it should be way higher than that.
It's outrageous. They're blocked.
But are you at least a little intrigued to take the plus money on the Broncos right now not to get in? Or do the Chiefs win Christmas Day? That's it. They'll sew up the one seed. And then the question is, do they sit guys in Week 18?
It's a long rest. I know. That's a long rest. I think they will, though.
Packers did that in the year after they won the Super Bowl, and it cost them dearly.
John Elway and the Broncos did it. Lost to Mark Brunell.
That's right.
Yeah, it's happened a couple times. I think if they win Wednesday, they will sit people and just trust the coaching staff and the best player in the league and say, we'll be fine with all that time off. Yes. And then Denver will beat the backups.
Now, how about if the Chiefs lose to the Steelers?
Then we got juice. Then this thing is off the rails.
Then Broncos not to get in at plus 265. Yeah. Now we're cooking.
Hello. It's right there for the Colts then.
Yeah,
right
it is.
There.
Yep.
Right there. I mean, you got to come on. The Giants are just lock throwing pick sixes. They are atrocious. What happened there? So they close it with that game, and then they get Jacksonville at home. So they got this. They have this.
So would you rather bet the Colts to get in plus 550?
Yeah.
Or the Broncos to miss at plus 265? Maybe the Broncos bigger and then take some of the Colts as well?
Yeah. Well, still, Miami, I have two cold weather games.
The problem with me and the Colts, how many times have we seen them blow something against Jacksonville?
Yeah. That is hilarious.
It's happened over and over.
Right, yeah. I do like the Chiefs on Christmas, but the Colts plus 550, I think is the way to go there.
It's the Bengals needed to be way higher than plus 550 to consider a bet.
Crazy, yeah. In fact, I saw as low as 3%. Yeah.
You would be way better just actually doing some sort of a parlay here, a correlated parlay to all that happening, rather than just taking that straight bet on them. Division numbers in the South, could you believe the Buccaneers last night? I got to tell you, Paul, that was no joke. That was one of my favorite games of the entire year to watch. Oh, that game was awesome. Mm-hmm. The hard hitting by both teams. And just like the playmaking by the Dallas defense in that game late when it completely mattered, off the charts. I thought for sure, I didn't bet it live, but I thought for sure the Buccaneers were going to go right down the field and kick a field goal to win the game.
Yep. Or even score a touchdown. I know. It's just silly. How you lose that game? That game got me good. And I would have had a 5-0 week in the contest. That is a killer. CeeDee Lamb's hurt. You give up 3 points in the second half. Aubrey beats me. How good is this guy? He's the greatest of all time. It's not even close. McCarthy runs it on 3rd and long to just settle and get in position for a 58-yard field goal. The guy makes it like it's an extra point. 2 from 58, 1 from 53. How does McMillan not come down with the touchdown?
I know.
How do you lose that game? Now Atlanta has you. Now they have to go to Washington Sunday night, and you got a tough game against Carolina, but you cannot lose that game.
Yeah, Falcons are plus 110 to win that division. I don't think Atlanta's beating Washington this week.
I don't either. I laid the 4 with Washington, but certainly Daniel should eat and run all over that.
I think so.
That defense, but
Although,
the door's open now because Tampa could lose another game. Carolina's feisty, so it just get it fixed defensively. That's embarrassing.
My first impression would be Michael Penix. He's going to be a baller.
Mm-hmm, no doubt.
So, I mean, the first throw that he made yesterday, I'm like, that's refreshing. The guy goes out there and he's throwing 100-mile-an-hour laser beams right on target, and then his receivers are dropping the ball. More on that later on. And I'm thinking in my head, Kirk Cousins is throwing lob balls up there in the quadruple coverage, and you didn't make this move weeks ago? What is wrong with you, Atlanta?
Yeah,
I think his game is going to translate from Washington right to the NFL. He's not afraid. He goes out there, and and they have weapons. Again, not more on Kyle Pitts coming up a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But the wide receivers are at least really good, and he chucks it down the field.
I do like the $1.30 still, though.
On the Buccaneers?
Yeah, because they're laying more than a touchdown in both games, and Atlanta's a dog.
That's right.
Now, Atlanta has a tiebreaker, but Atlanta's going to have to go on the road Sunday night and win.
Yep.
And then they close with Carolina at home, which is no gimme.
That's not. NFC North, Lions minus 285, Vikings plus 230.
Okay. They flexed it Sunday to the late game. Minnesota, Green Bay. But now it looks like Minnesota's only a 2-point favorite, and you have a dead 49er team. So great job, Campbell. Great job by the Lions to get it done. I don't know how the Bears go up and down the field and only score 17 points, but hopefully it comes down to Week 18, and there's your flex Sunday night, and it's for the 1 seed.
Kevin O'Connell is minus 250 this morning and this afternoon to win Coach of the Year. Campbell is plus 250. If that game is for all the marbles, and both teams are sitting there at 14-2, playing in the game.
I still think it's O'Connell no matter what.
And Campbell wins it? Okay. I just wonder if voters will look at all the injuries and say Campbell's got to get it.
I got to go O'Connell.
I do too. He'd get my vote today for sure.
And Andy Reid might go 16-1.
And
get nothing.
Yep.
I know.
I will say, I like the Vikings again this week. I bet them now 2 straight weeks. I think their power rating is off.
Yep. They are well coached.
Packers are a very good football team. Minnesota is 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe I lose. I'm absolutely betting Minnesota this week in that spot. And in the AFC North, we talked about this earlier, Ravens minus 150. That was plus 180 2 weeks ago. It was plus 140 before the weekend, actually. And that was kind of with the unknown of Patrick Mahomes because the Chiefs play the Steelers on Christmas Day. But the Ravens, now that number against the Texans coming up on Wednesday, keeps going up.
Big, yeah, up to 6 now.
You said this earlier. Allen is between minus 550 and minus $6 to win the MVP.
I tried to tell people it wasn't over. Too high. Now it happened. But you play the games, right? He did not play well, and they almost lost to the Patriots. And then Lamar did it again. And now Lamar is on Christmas against Houston. The guy has 37 touchdowns and 4 interceptions with a passer rating of 120. This is a debate. And as Mike Florio pointed out, Pro Football Talk, this is the thing that decided comeback player of the year. What if Allen gets a couple third-place votes? Or what if that happens? That can be weird. We have to do that with the voting, 1 through 5.
Yeah, will Barkley throw a wrench into this for one of the other 2 guys?
And he's still alive to break Dickerson's record. Yes.
Sure.
But this is Lamar Jackson's right there. If he goes out and throws for 5 touchdowns and they go up and down the field against the Texans, and then he lights up Cleveland, the guy has like 45 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, and Allen struggles again?
Yeah.
This thing is this. He should not be $5.
I do find it funny, and he's not going to win, I get it. I find it funny that Jared Goff was great again yesterday. He's going to put up just sick numbers year to date, right?
Yeah.
For the whole season. they might go 15-2, and the starting quarterback on a team that's going to have insane numbers on a 15-2 team basically has no chance to win the MVP.
Right.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, that's called. It's over with. He's minus 20,000.
Call it.
Offensive Player of the Year, Barkley, after yesterday, moved to now $12 favorite.
Call it.
We got an email on this. What about if Lamar doesn't win MVP? He's 65-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year. Is that worth pizza money? Or are the anchors down already on this? Barkley's going to win because people already made up their minds.
I would think they'd give it to Barkley. And let's see what he does in the last 2 games, too.
The defense, I don't have a vote. Or if I did, I would look very closely at what's going on. TJ Watt is amazing. Mm-hmm. He's probably the best defensive player in football. I don't know how he's minus 250 to win the award. Again, the Vikings have been awesome all year long with that defense. Van Ginkel, again, yesterday was fantastic. And now Grenard and Van Ginkel are 25-1. The 2 guys on the Broncos, Surtain's plus 350. Bonito is 15-1. I don't think Watt should be minus 250. I think it's way too high. And I cannot find, to save my life, comeback player of the year.
Rightfully so, off the board.
Darnold is now, he made a move to win the MVP. He's not going to win the MVP. I guess books just have no idea how to price it at this point.
I know. I don't blame him.
No.
I don't blame him. One more thing, too. The Rams are $7 to win the division.
Yeah.
Seattle cannot get the wild card. So, as I understand it, I was reading some Rams blogs today. If the Rams win Saturday night, they win the division. And you're also paying a win-and-in tax. That opened 3. It's up to 6 now.
Right.
So, because if the Rams win and then lose to Seattle Week 18, head-to-heads tied, conference records tied, division records tied. I think then it's common opponents, and if like 3 teams win Sunday, that puts the Rams over the top. Yeah. So you see the $7. So essentially, Rams win Saturday night, they get the division. All
right, up next, we'll talk to Nick Bogdanovich here at Circa Sports. We'll get his thoughts on the quarterfinals of the college football playoffs, and maybe a best bet at this point from him as well, here on VSiN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Get some college football here. Sports gambling Hall of Famer, longtime Las Vegas odds maker here at Circa Sports. Nick Bogdanovich joins the program. He is on the progressive guest line. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Nick. Thanks for the time today. How are you?
What's going on, fellas?
It's going, my man.
Nick.
So you guys obviously take a lot of sharp money here at Circa. What did that mean overall this weekend for you as the book, looking at sharp money, and yet all the favorites got in from Friday night all the way through Saturday, and then the early portion of the card yesterday in the NFL as well?
Yeah, no, it looked like it was setting up to be a bloodbath for sure. I mean, obviously Thursday, Friday, Saturday weren't any good, and Sunday wasn't looking too good when the Eagles got up 14-0, and when Hurts got hurt and the Redskins ended up winning outright. That seemed to flip the whole momentum. So killed a lot of money line parlays, a lot of straight bets, and then we won some games in the afternoon at night. So yeah, it was looking bleak, but the Commanders pulling one out at the end definitely swung the entire weekend.
Okay. Overall, how'd you do on the college then, game by game basis?
Yeah, game by game, it was a loser. But you can get hurt with straight bets, but nothing major, but you can get really crippled with the parlay. So when they start lining up like obviously it was 7-0 at one point, and it looked like it could continue. So that's the way this business is. You'll go through streaks where no matter what you do, you can't win a game, and you'll go through streaks no matter what, you can't lose a game, and that's just the nature of the business. That's why you look at yearly results and not weekly results.
We've been waiting for this 30 years. Did the anticipated handle get to what you envisioned when we said, here we go, years ago, we're going to go to this expanded playoff? Put in perspective the handle. Did it get there for your expectations?
I really didn't have any expectations, but it was solid. I don't think it was anything great, but it was solid.
Wow.
I think it'll get better as each week goes by because, there's more on the line, and people have seen him win a few playoff games. So it's weird going see the home fields definitely were worth something, that's for sure. Now we're going to 4 neutral sites, so that'll be much better, I think. So, but yeah, all in all, it's great. This is the first year, and hey, there's going to be years when there's a lot of duds, and there's going to be some years when there's nothing but nail biters. So, I think all in all, it's a big win.
How did Notre Dame, Indiana do compared to an NFL playoff game?
NFL playoff game would probably be 3 times, maybe 4.
Damn. Ooh, Friday night standalone playoff game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah. Listen, king is pro. I mean,
Right.
pro is king, and masses do come out for the colleges, but nothing like the NFL. I mean, every human being on the planet's involved in the NFL.
Sure. Let's get your thoughts in on some of the numbers that we have on New Year's Eve and then also New Year's Day in the quarterfinals, Nick. Penn State laying 11 against Boise. Total is at 52. What did you make the number? What do you think of that 11?
Yeah, we opened Penn State 10, and it got bet up to 11. My numbers made it 7.5, so I'll probably be on Boise if it keeps going up. I think it helps Boise that the game's out west. And, the bottom line is if Boise can run the ball, they're going to be in the game. But Penn State's big and physical, so we'll see if Boise's line can match up with the strength of Penn State's D. So if the kid can run, Boise will be there, and if not, it'll be a long day.
Do you think the Penn State-SMU game could have played out a little bit differently if Jennings didn't lose his mind? Forget about all the pick sixes right away. But on that 4th down play, when he had it himself, or if the pass is complete to score there, do you think that changes it at all, or do you think Penn State still buries them?
I don't think they bury them. They may win the game, but it's nice when you get a huge break like that early on and things go your way and you can settle in. And SMU, I mean, that just put SMU behind the 8 ball, and those were huge, huge plays. I mean, if SMU, like they've done all year, execute and go down and get the 7-0 lead, it could play out differently. But those swings are hard to bounce back from.
How about Texas, Arizona State?
Yeah, we opened 13.5 and went up to 14. So the early theme on those first 2 games was there was favorite money. I only made it 11.5. I hope it keeps going up because I think ASU is live with the point spread for sure. There's no reason that they can't play with Texas. Texas, hey, listen, Clemson got a chance to tie that game.
Yeah, I'm right.
They were giving them all they wanted. So, I think Texas is good, but they're not unbeatable. I would definitely take over 14.
Are we getting a bunch of points in that game? The total is 52. It hasn't moved yet, but man, that seems like it could be kind of a high-scoring game again here.
Yeah, I think you will see points in that game.
All right. How about the Rose Bowl? Granddaddy of them all. What do you think here? Undefeated? 1 seed? Who cares? What'd you open the Buckeyes?
Yeah, we opened Ohio State 1, and it went up to 2.5, so the early money's on the Buckeyes. I made a dead pick. I probably won't be involved unless I can take 3, but if Ohio State gets to 3, I'll take Oregon plus 3.
Okay.
Is that because what if that game is like, it's a hypothetical, I get it, but if that game is like 17-14 and Tennessee's in it the whole game, do you think Ohio State's favored here?
No.
Oh. I don't think so.
Yeah,
either.
no. Definitely style points here on this one. And
Yeah.
they were 2.5 at Autzen, so people think that Ohio State should be favored, but I don't see it. I think it's a dead pick'em game. If they played 100 times, it'd probably be about 50-50.
It was come on. They made an SEC team look like a high school team. I mean, it's just the game was over in the third. Howard was great. No answer for their wide receivers. And Tennessee couldn't move the ball either. It was an incredible performance. Okay. And now, DraftKings weeks ago had Notre Dame 2.5 in the hypothetical lines. And then Notre Dame was impressive. They had an injury now. And Georgia, we know, was going with the backup quarterback. Would you open Notre Dame, Georgia?
Yeah, of the 4 games, this one had the most action and movement. We opened at dead pick'em. Notre Dame got the first bet. We went to Notre Dame 1, went right back to a pick. And then now it went to Georgia 1 and Georgia 2. So I made a dead pick. Again, I hope it gets to 3. I'd take 3 with the Irish. So it should be one hell of a game, that's for sure.
How about the total? 44? What do you think of the total?
You know what? Normally you would think of 2 defensive teams, but Georgia's defense is a little leaky down the stretch.
No doubt.
44 and indoors. If you put a gun to my head, I don't play totals, but I'd go over before I went under.
Yeah. Right now, who do you have as the best team in the country?
Power ratings, I still got Oregon, Texas, and Ohio State real close. And then a notch below Penn State, Notre Dame, and Georgia.
All right. Okay, so Pauly asked you about the handle for those games. What's the handle look like tonight, Monday Night Football, between two teams where the point spread is 14?
Yeah, that never helps. There's some live parlays still to Green Bay, some favorites. The original 7-0, and then a few that got through tomorrow. So there's a little liability. It's nothing major, but yeah, the action isn't exactly brisk right now. It could be one of exhaustion after that 4-day run, and then people are spent, and it's not the greatest matchup. So right now, handle's not the greatest, but it's okay. It's still a pro football game on Monday night.
Do you spend Christmas Day opening gifts with the family, or are you just completely locked into sports on your own? What do you do? What's that look like in your household?
Yeah, well, my kids are older now, so not so much the present thing anymore, but my wife's big into Christmas, so we'll definitely eat breakfast together and try to spend some time together. But if there is football on that day, she knows to give me the hall pass. I'll watch football.
There you go. Good for you. That's why you're a Hall of Famer, my friend.
All right, Nick. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Thanks for the time today. Have a great week, okay?
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone out there.
There you go.
All right.
Sports betting Hall of Famer, sports gambling Hall of Famer, longtime Las Vegas odds maker Nick Bogdanovich here with Circa Sports. I'm surprised by that answer. The Notre Dame Indiana handle.
Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. I thought that'd be a monster. Now, we're going to have the ratings are going to take a hit because everything was a blowout.
Right.
But maybe people were scared off because of the point spreads too. But certainly you would think Ohio State, Tennessee was a huge handle. Oh. It's perfect. Laying 7, SEC team, all that. Buckeyes, big brand, but little surprised.
Ryan Day is going to do this, isn't he?
Now, that would be something.
Ohio State's going to go on this run, win the whole thing, and they're going to look back and say, now what do you have to say? And then basically he's going to get a lifetime contract.
Yeah. Ready to try something different? Sign up, start playing the Ponies First Bet. U.S.-based, offers wagering on hundreds of races every day across the country and around the world. FirstBet.com. Promo code VSIN200. Claim a 20% rebate for your first 60 days up to $200. Head to FirstBet.com today. New users get that bonus, $200. VSIN200. FirstBet.com.
Usually, we'd be talking about at least one really good game. I would say at least yesterday in the NFL, I thought the Commanders-Eagles game, despite the referees getting involved way too much on both sides of the ball, they almost ruined that game. I thought that was awesome. And I know you lost on Tampa Bay. I'm sorry about that. But that game, I want every game like that in the NFL. The secondaries, and the Vita Vea played out of his mind. Oh, it was just hard hitting. That was like an old school game with a bunch of points. You didn't know who the hell was going to win. We'll get into the Week 17 numbers up next. This number dropped 2 full points from the look ahead, and it went through a key number.
This is Follow the Money on VSIN.
All right, the time has come. Let's start diving into these Week 17 numbers in the National Football League. We got Christmas Day. We got Thursday Night Football. We got a Saturday triple header. We got another game that was flexed here. On Christmas Day, Pauly.
Love it.
The Chiefs are playing at the Steelers, and Kansas City now is a 2.5-point favorite, and the total is at 43. Now here's the deal. Early on in the year, when they had games of the year up, right, Chiefs were 5. Then it got down to a pick 'em with their struggles. And now I'm actually, you know what? Check that. I'm seeing a 3 out there as well. And that's on the screen if you're watching the show.
Yep. And they were underdogs on Tuesday last week. You could have bet that because of the Mahomes uncertainty. I live and breathe. Chiefs win. Everything works out for this organization. The Chiefs will win. They will rest their starters and get ready for the playoff push and the bye. Chiefs will win and get the 1 seed. And now I'm concerned about Bad Russ. High school throw.
Yeah, Steelers are not going to.
Unbelievable.
They're not coming out of the AFC.
Unbelievable throw.
Change
How do
my
you do
tune
that?
on that team.
Just handed it to Humphrey.
Yep.
Terrible. Oh, that's bad. But
So
now 7 people. Sorry, 7 people have him in Survivor. 12 have the Ravens, 21 have Seattle.
How many have Pittsburgh?
Over 20. 20-some. So there's a lot of people that are going to be forced to take Pittsburgh. There's nothing they can do about it. They're locked in here.
Do you know who you were going to save this year for Christmas Day?
Oh, I hadn't even thought about it.
We were going to have Baltimore.
Yeah, great game plan.
Yeah.
It worked out for you.
I'll say this because I've been playing along on the air. Had we not taken the Giants in that game against Carolina,
Still be alive?
we'd be alive going into tonight. We'd have Green Bay tonight.
Oh, God.
And then we would use Baltimore on Christmas Day.
Oh, you had it. Danny Dimes got you good.
Yeah, I'm probably really... It hasn't affected me for the last couple of weeks, but if we play this out and we get there, it's not going to be a good feeling.
Right. There will be no chop, though. There's too many people.
Too many
involved.
people to chop.
It was a great question we had to James Sullivan, Survivor Sweat, about how much is too many, right?
That's right.
I mean, so you're going to have a lot of people get chopped here and not make it with these 3 games, but especially if the Chiefs win. But I just don't think in less than a week you're going to get 20 people to be able to split this, and it's just you have to get to the finish line. And Week 18 is going to be huge.
Yeah, well, here would be my early Christmas advice. If you like the Chiefs, grab the 2.5 right now. It's out there. You can find it if you shop around, but now that I'm looking at the screen, several books have moved to 3 on Kansas City here.
Different offense, though, with Pickens. Huge to get him back.
I agree.
Great game.
So when does this Ravens number stop? I think it touched 6 earlier this morning.
Yep.
So is that going to be the resistance right there that we're going to get? Now they're 5.5.
Not a bad move here. The Texans just picked up Deontay Johnson, claimed him off waivers, see if he can help with the Dell injury. But it's huge for Baltimore. I mean, how about Baltimore takes the field knowing about Pittsburgh outcome?
Yeah.
Imagine Pittsburgh loses. Baltimore takes the field knowing they win out. They win the division. So I just think this offense is too good. King Henry, all the weapons that they have, shots down the field. Lamar was great again. Lamar still in the mix for MVP. I just don't like this Houston team at all. And Stroud has been, again, I've been repeating myself, but it doesn't get enough attention how bad Stroud has been since Nico got hurt in the Buffalo game.
Well, and also you take away his best friend now, Tank Dell.
That's right.
Out, obviously. So that's not going to help matters
Right.
either.
But this was 3 last week. And now we're getting to 6.
Yeah, that's right.
And Beyonce, though, at halftime. That's your big boy.
Okay.
Looking forward to that.
Big time. The Thursday night game, Seattle is in Chicago. Seattle's now 3.5.
Must win. Got to have it. Season on the line. You want the Bears? No way. Like Seattle here. I think McDonald will have them ready to go. Tough loss against the Vikings. Still win. Get some help Saturday night. Win in situation against the Rams if they stub their toe. I don't want any part of this Bears team that's lost 9 in a row.
I will point this out that I listened to Adam Chernoff's podcast today. And by the way, unfortunately, it's the holidays. He can't come on our show tomorrow. However, he pointed out for the last 5 or 6 years, he said that exact scenario, right? You have to have the game against a team that has nothing to play for. 5 or 6 years running, it has not been a good bet.
Like
and
when? Week 18 or?
Anytime.
Okay.
And like this would be,
okay.
Seahawks have to have this game. Chicago has nothing to play for.
Gotcha, okay.
It qualifies under this scenario. He says that the point spreads are like always going to be juiced because of this, obviously.
Yep, Saturday night's a good example.
Yep, and it has not gone well for the favorite in those years. There was a long stretch of time where I think it actually did pay off. I did not know it was that long of a stretch now, 5 or 6 years, but evidently where it was a good bet for a long time. But per his math and per going back and looking at history, just pointing that out.
Okay, they can't, sure, but they can't stop anything. And the defense is so bad, and they just can't wait to get the season over. And by the way, how good was the play that the Lions ran?
Oh, that's in my good coming up in about a half an hour.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
Yep.
It's an A+.
Yep, that's coaching. That's what it is.
Of course it is.
To know that, and you'll get to it, but that is awesome what they did with Goff on the touchdown to Laporta.
I'll tell you what, one of the best bets going right now, though, Caleb Williams, no INT.
Did it again.
If that's plus money, it's an auto play every week.
I like the rushing yards over, too, that got there.
Yep. The Saturday triple header, again, I think this game kind of qualifies. Chargers need it.
Yep.
And the Patriots have nothing to play for. By the way, it's official. Patriots under their win total. If you got 5.5, Chargers are laying 5 in this game. Well, check that money today on the Patriots down to 4.
They're playing hard. They're in these games. The defensive touchdown. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage at the 1 yard line? What could go wrong? Oh, he drops it. Touchdown. So to get the 14-0 lead and hang in there, and May's a stud, even without these weapons, but you just see how good Henry is. And when they get the running game going, boy, this is low, though. Down to 4 in some spots with the Chargers. I got to trust Harbaugh here. I trust Harbaugh, and I think they'll do enough on offense to get the win and clinch the spot.
Yeah, I do. I'm a big Drake May guy. Right?
Sure.
If the Bears get the right coaching, there's a chance, I think, where we're looking at the top 3 of the draft. Bo Nix has been a player so far this year. I'm super high in Michael Penix. Maybe we're going to look at this draft in 5 years.
There's a chance.
Who knows? We're like, oh my God, those quarterbacks all
Right.
turned out to be pretty damn good.
Give Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, or Kingsbury, and then we'll talk.
Right.
I think he's going to be a star.
Broncos at the Bengals. Boy, this total, it was 47.5, up to 50.
Yikes.
Bengals favored by 3.
Who's getting stops in this game? Oh, this is going to be awesome. Gotta have it game. Season on the line for the Bengals. Denver's got to win.
They have to.
It's a tough one. But also, Denver could catch that break, too, if Kansas City wins, because you're going to sit people then probably, too, so they have that game in their hip pocket. But this is going to be phenomenal.
Boy.
Can anyone get stops in this game? The way Burrow and Chase are playing right now,
No.
But the Bengals can't stop anything, too. That was just horrible DTR yesterday.
Yeah, I kind of like the Broncos plus the 3.
Do you?
Yeah, they've been awesome at covering numbers. I know they didn't get there the other night against the Chargers, but
Yeah, struggled against good teams, though.
yeah, that's very true. But is Cincy good?
Okay, fair
Like
enough.
the defense stinks.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, we have Saturday night Cardinals at the Rams. Rams 6 now.
Tax, open
Yeah.
3 up to 6 because of the clinch scenario. You're paying a tax. I mean, they didn't do anything. It was cold, but it was just bad Jets. I mean, the Jets went for it on their own 35, didn't get it, led to the Rams touchdown. Then they had like an 8-minute drive, 4th and goal from the 4, passed on the field goal, incomplete to Adams. Rodgers fumbled. I mean, the defense looked good, but Rodgers is a statue. But then do you have a dead Arizona team now that they've been eliminated and can't stop anything? So very tough game. But again, it's what Chernoff was saying, where you got the tax here. 3, you love the Rams, but now 6, it's hard to get there.
Yeah. How will Arizona respond
I don't know.
after
I don't
losing
know.
like that?
And then Connor got hurt.
Yeah,
And then all this talk about McBride touchdown, and he didn't even get the ball. So it's like you're telling the other team the game plan, too.
Also, we have some late games. Dolphins are playing at the Browns. Miami's up to 6.5. Total is 40. They were 5.5 in this game.
Yeah, I like Miami if the weather's going to cooperate. The defense is playing well, and DTR's a mess.
I wonder how where their head's going to be at Sunday late if they're out. Because Denver wins and they're in.
Yeah, I think it's important for them to get to 9-8, though. That's so big for McDaniel. Can sell it, bring me back. I won 9 games. My quarterback was hurt.
Well, where's your head at with the Cowboys at the Eagles? Philly laying 9.5. Look ahead was 11.5.
I got a lot of questions. Who's playing quarterback for the Eagles? Does C.D. Lamb play? I know it was a blowout the first time, but Cooper Rush is good.
Looked good again last night.
Yeah. And Big Mike's done a nice job. I got to give him credit. I mean, they should have beat the Bengals on Monday night. They'd still be in it. So that's too many points.
You want to call me out for this? Cowboys should trade Dak Prescott.
I don't have a problem with it.
They're never going to win anything with that guy anyway.
I don't have a problem with it.
You're good with that?
If you can you probably get a haul for him.
Maybe.
They're winning games with Cooper Rush. They have one of the biggest weapons in sports with Hubbard. Defense
that
hung
guy.
in there.
That guy. I almost want to see the Cowboys make a Super Bowl just so we can bet Aubrey props. That's how much. It's insane, dude. I've never seen anything like this.
Give him the fair catch free kick. He'll make a 70-yarder.
Yep. Money is showing on the dog in a huge matchup. Details next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
So here's the game that they flexed to a late game, not the Sunday night game, but early evening East Coast, afternoon game out here on the West Coast. It's Green Bay at Minnesota, and the Vikings are either 1.5 point favorites or 2 point favorites. They're minus 120 on the money line. I just disagree with the power rating here. I know Green Bay's very good. I think Minnesota should be rated higher than the Packers. It's a home game. And the overall matchup, by the way, I think is going to be difficult for Jordan Love in this spot. I love the defense. As you said earlier, tough not to say that O'Connell's going to be coach of the year. And oh, by the way, Sam Darnold played another bang-up game yesterday.
Yep.
So it's my best bet this week.
Yep. There it is. the Vikings against the Packers. They also, by flexing this, then they moved up the Dallas game to an early game. So we still only have 2 late games Sunday. Best Bets brought to you by G-Bank, official bank of VSiN. If you're serious about sports betting, you need the G-Bank Visa signature card. Most credit cards treat books and gaming transactions as cash advances, even when you put your own money on the card. G-Bank treats gaming transactions as purchases, so you're typically saving up to 3 to 5% on cash advance fees right there. For a limited time, get a $250 bonus after you spend $1,000 in the first 90 days. Apply now, vsin.com/GBank, vsin.com/GBank. Subject to credit approval. Vikings.
I wonder if the power rating / like the market ratings overall in Minnesota. Let me just draw a line through Sam Darnold's name, right? And we'll just look at the numbers. If you had that to go on, would people be higher on Minnesota than what they are?
Yes.
I firmly believe that they would be.
We've been waiting for the implosion and the blow up, and it hasn't happened.
It's not coming, or it hasn't happened so far.
Yep.
So that part of the whole narrative or the handicap has been debunked by Darnold to this point, and we have 2 games left in the regular season.
Got a possible bad beat here. We had 13-13 in the Potato Bowl, and now it goes to overtime, and they're traded touchdowns.
What was the total?
So now we're going to double overtime here.
Pretty
so
soon.
This is, it was, I took it down. I think it was in the 40s.
Are we going to get a 2-point conversion off?
Yeah, that's coming up.
Okay. You like anybody in the Minnesota game?
No opinion.
Okay.
I got something strong in the late game.
All right. Sunday, other early games. Jets at Bills. Buffalo 9.5, total 46.5. What are we going to get from the Jets in this game? It's a total unknown to me.
Yep. Now Wilson's complaining. Where are my touches? What happened? I was your BFF. Now you love Adams. What's going on with that? Horrible job with the play calling, and just now you're going to be aggressive with the season over. Now it's going to be willy-nilly. Let's go for it. But and it's a big game for Allen, though, now, too. He did not play well. But I think Buffalo's going to go up and down the field. The Rams were just gashing the Jets on the ground. Just chunks, pushing them around up front. Mm-hmm. 5 yards, no problem, a crack. That's why it was an under. The possessions were so long. Stafford didn't have to throw. They were getting 6 yards a carry, whether it was Corum or Williams. So what the Bills are going to do on the ground and what they should do offensively, I mean, I'm not this is correlated to me. Bills and over. The Jets are not going to slow them down at all. That's what I think. It's a lot of good teaser options too.
Yeah. Colts are laying money on the Giants, actually, because the Colts were 8.5. I'm looking at an 8, but I'm also seeing plenty of 7.5s out there on the Colts.
That's too bad. It was 6.
Yeah. The Giants are boy, if there's one true dead team in the NFL, how is it not them?
Or who's playing? Is it Boyle? Is it DeVito? Locke got hurt? I don't know. I guess you want Locke in there.
Does it matter? I don't know.
The Giants, Locke's terrible. I can't believe how bad he's been. DeVito's even worse, though. Maybe you got a shot with Boyle, but again, it's been an ATM machine. Giants under in home games. And I just think that, the Colts should run all over them. I mean, Taylor, all these guys should have big games.
You would think.
That
is one home dog I'm not making the case for this week.
Okay.
I cannot back the Giants right now. And who do they take with the first pick in the draft?
Good question.
Are they going to go quarterback? Is it going to be Sanders or Ward? They're going to lock in on one of those 2 guys? Are they going to be open for business to maybe trade down? Do they have any interest in Travis Hunter? Do they want to sign a quarterback in the offseason? I have no idea how this is going to play out with the Giants. The Raiders are playing at the Saints. Boy, another good game. The Saints playing tonight, obviously. They're a 1.5-point favorite at home to Las Vegas, and the total is 40. Probably what's going to happen here is the Raiders will win another game, and they're going to slide even more in the draft order because they went from 2 to 6 yesterday with that idiotic win against Jacksonville.
I love the Saints if it's Carr, and it's a stay away if it's Rattler.
If it's Derek Carr, it's everything revenge angle.
Yep.
Right? Because he was not happy when the team let him go. And if you don't think that's a big deal, or the Saints would actually, hold that against the Raiders and help them out there a little bit, don't forget what Rizzi did after Dennis Allen did what he did to Kendre Miller. Right? Miller was never hurt, and he put him on the IR. Did not like the guy. Miller's saying, I don't know what you're doing here. Rizzi talked about it, and they got him a touchdown against the Giants in the first game there. So that was a big deal then. Might be a big deal if Carr can come back in this spot. Titans at Jacksonville. Jags are won, total is 40.5.
Jacksonville was atrocious yesterday. It's like they didn't want to win the game. Some of the decisions by Peterson has got to have pictures of
that's
somebody.
smart, though, right?
Yeah, they did the right thing. But if you watch the game, what they did before halftime, just incredible, bizarre with the clock running out and everything. And their only touchdown was a fluke of blown coverage, and the Raiders can't stop anything. So, but then you watch the Tennessee outfit where they were 38-7. They come back, they almost win the game.
Yeah, right there to actually tie it up potentially.
I could be wrong, but it just seems to me when you go back late in the season, there's two terrible teams that go against each other. It's high scoring.
You get some more points.
So I would go over in this one, and 39.5 up to 41 now.
Do you know the Titans have a chance of being the worst ATS team in history?
Yeah. Well, we're 2-13 now, right?
They're 2-13.
Who is it?
I think it was the Ravens from several years ago when they were 3-13.
Is that right?
So if they go 2-15, they're going to be the worst team ever. If they go 3-14, they'll be the worst team ever ATS.
The Patriots, when they won the Super Bowl, went 16-3 ATS. It was when they beat Atlanta. But this would be.
And I got to say,
this is hard to do.
Yeah, I know it's a bad outfit, but I totally agree with you. I just think Brian Callahan, it's
Gotta
not.
go.
He's not a head coach.
Gotta go.
Not a head coach in this league.
No.
The Sunday night game, is this one you were talking about?
This is it. I love
All right.
Washington. Yep, love Washington. And again, I like Tampa minus 130 to win the division, and I like Washington laying 4 on Sunday night. How is Atlanta going to slow down Daniels? And Dan Quinn will have something ready for Penix. I'm surprised this is so low.
I'm surprised that money came in on Atlanta.
Me too. Washington winning in. I guess they could clinch before they take the field. But I just the way they're playing offensively and what Daniels did, 5 touchdowns, even with the silly turnovers. I mean, they were getting whatever they wanted. That's a good Philly defense. And Washington making big plays all over the place. So it's just Atlanta's not going to stop them. We've seen this all year. I mean, the last 2 weeks it was Ritter and Locke, so you throw it out.
I'm a little
it's a
intrigued.
whole different ballgame.
Yeah, I'm a little intrigued by the over here.
I do
think the Falcons are going to be able to move it on this Commanders defense.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree with what you think Daniels is going to be able to do against the Atlanta defense. Daniels is so good. That Eagles defense that was so good for 2.5 months got shredded by him yesterday.
Yep.
And oh, by the way, like the fumble luck that went Philadelphia's way for most of that game until it didn't later on, it was everything. Everything was coming up roses for Philadelphia in that game.
It was. It's ridiculous.
But I also like
the Smith drop.
The Smith drop
might have cost him the 1 seed.
Yep.
No, I don't know if it's over. Maybe you get a stop. You have a couple timeouts left. You hold him to the field goal, but you're probably not going to have time. How does he drop that?
Yeah.
That's it. The first down right there.
I think game's over at that point, and they're still live to win that 1 seed overall and get the bye in the NFC, which leads us to the Monday night game where the Lions are now. It was 3. I think it was 2.5 on the look ahead. Got to 3, then 4, and now back to 3.5. So a little early money here on San Francisco the way it looks, and a total of 51. Again, I would, if the weather's going to be good, we're getting points in this game, I think. How are we not?
How does Detroit not bury him? It's just Purdy has regressed. They have pride. In fact, what happened against the Rams, what happened against Miami, it's not there. The season's over. Oh, hey, Debo, thanks for showing up once you've been eliminated. Good job, buddy. You got that payday, and you're complaining about catches and not lack thereof, and then you drop one against the Rams and your season on the line, and now you're going out there running, gashing people, making big plays when the season's over. Thanks for showing up this year, Debo.
How about that? All that money on San Francisco this week. No good. And now early money against the Lions. You
know what Campbell's going to say all week?
Well,
this is it. Come on, we had this. We were going to the Super Bowl. Let's take it out on these guys.
Look what happened yesterday with the Bears offense. They were fine. All these injuries on the Detroit defense, they're going to score against San Francisco, and I think the Lions are going to allow a lot of it right back. Just because, how can they not? They're down 16 guys on one side of the ball.
Yep.
All right, let's follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. The good, the bad, and the ugly from the weekend is up next. One organization knows exactly how to do it, and another continues to show why they're the most embarrassing franchise in any sport. That's next here on VSiN.